If you have a 1995 1-cent penny in your pocket or tucked away in a jar, you might want to stop what you're doing and take a closer look. Because if it has no mint mark, you could be holding on to a small copper treasure that is worth a lot more than just 1 cent. In this video, we're going deep into the world of the 1995 no mint mark 1-cent penny, the surprising history, the unique features, and how one of these coins recently reached a jaw-dropping value of $73,907 in the collector's market. Let's begin with a bit of background. In 1995, the United States Mint produced billions of Lincoln 1-cent coins. These pennies feature the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that first appeared in 1909. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial is displayed, a design introduced in 1959 and used all the way through 2008. But what sets the 1995 1-cent penny apart is not the design, but the details, especially when we look at the absence of a mint mark. Typically, Lincoln cents struck at the Philadelphia Mint carry no mint mark, while those from Denver carry a small D under the date. However, the 1995 no mint mark penny has gained attention for a different reason, a striking error that makes this coin highly valuable to collectors around the world. One of the most important factors that sets certain 1995 Lincoln cents apart is a doubling error known as the doubled die obverse. This error makes the coin's lettering, especially in the words Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1995, appear doubled. This is not damage or wear and tear. It's a minting error that occurred when the coin die itself was misaligned during production. Collectors go crazy for these double die errors because they are rare, hard to find in high grades, and always in demand. Now, you might be wondering, how does this connect to the value of over $73,000? Here's where it gets exciting. While many 1995 double die pennies are known and collected, finding one in perfect uncirculated condition, with no mint mark, sharp details, and certified by a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC as MS70 or close, is incredibly rare. One such coin, verified and graded in near-perfect mint state condition, sold for an unbelievable $73,907, making it one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents ever discovered. This is not an everyday sale. This is a high-grade, investment-level coin that attracted attention from elite collectors, professional numismatists, and coin investors looking to acquire a piece of numismatic history. What makes this even more fascinating is how many of these coins are still out there, sitting in old penny rolls, forgotten in coin jars, or being used unknowingly in daily transactions. That's why it is so important for you to know what to look for. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1995 no mint mark double die pennies? First, grab a magnifying glass or use your smartphone's camera with a zoom feature. Look closely at the obverse of the coin. That's the front side with Lincoln's portrait. Pay special attention to the word Liberty and the phrase "In God We Trust." If the letters look like they have been stamped twice, almost like they are slightly shadowed or doubled, you may be looking at a valuable error coin. Next, check the overall condition of the coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the penny becomes. Coins that have not been circulated and have no scratches, dents, or discoloration will always command higher prices on the collector's market. If you believe you have a strong candidate, it's worth sending it to a professional coin grading service for authentication and certification. Now let's talk about the market value. As of now, top condition examples of the 1995 no mint mark double die penny can range in value anywhere from $50 for low-grade examples all the way up to thousands of dollars for higher mint states. And as we mentioned earlier, a nearly flawless specimen sold for $73,907, setting a high watermark for what collectors are willing to pay for one of these rare modern pennies. Why is the market willing to pay so much? There are a few reasons. First, error coins like the 1995 double die penny are rare, and rarity always drives up demand. Second, modern coin collectors are expanding their collections beyond just old coins. They're chasing unusual and rare coins from all decades. And third, the appeal of finding a hidden treasure in pocket change creates a sense of excitement, and urgency that drives up the market. So, what should you do if you think you have one of these pennies? Here are your steps. First, identify the coin. Look for the 1995 date and make sure it has no mint mark under the date. Second, examine it for any signs of doubling, especially in the lettering and date. Third, assess the condition. If it looks uncirculated, shiny, and clean, you might have something special. And finally, send it in for grading. Only a certified grading service can confirm the coin's authenticity and give it a grade that will establish its market value. In the world of coin collecting, stories like this remind us that not all treasure lies buried underground. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight. The 1995 no mint mark 1-cent penny, with a spectacular double die error, is a reminder that every coin has a story. And if you're lucky, that story could be worth more than $73,000. If you enjoyed this video and you're serious about coin collecting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We have more stories of rare and valuable coins that could be sitting right under your nose. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the hidden treasures hiding in your pocket change. Today, we're uncovering a truly stunning story behind a coin that might just be sitting in your coin jar right now. This is not just any ordinary penny. We're talking about the 1973 no mint mark 1-cent penny coin, a coin that's made headlines in the numismatic world because of its shocking value. One recently sold for an unbelievable $98,455. That's right, nearly $100,000 for a 1-cent coin. Let's find out exactly why. The history of the 1973 no mint mark PNNY. To understand the value of this coin, we have to go back to the early 1970s. The year was 1973. The Vietnam War was winding down. Gas was about 40 cents per gallon. And the U.S. Mint was busy striking billions of Lincoln pennies. The Lincoln cent had already become a mainstay in American currency since its first release in 1909. By 1973, the coin featured the familiar Lincoln portrait on the obverse, or front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. Now here's where it gets interesting. In 1973, the United States Mint struck these coins at 3 different mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins struck in Denver bear the D mint mark. Coins struck in San Francisco are usually marked with an S. But the coins from Philadelphia? They typically have no mint mark at all, which was standard at the time for Philadelphia pennies. So if the no mint mark version was normal for Philadelphia, why is one of these coins worth nearly $100,000? The rarity and error factor. The answer lies in a rare combination of factors: flawless condition, full red luster, and some subtle errors that drive collectors wild. While billions of 1973 Lincoln cents were minted, finding one in near-perfect condition, with no signs of wear, brilliant red color, and no scratches, is exceptionally rare. The $98,455 example wasn't just any old 1973 penny. It was certified by a top grading service as MS67RD, which means Mint State 67 red. That's only 3 points below a perfect MS70 grade and indicates an almost flawless coin with its original red copper color completely intact. But there's more. Some of these high-value 1973 no mint mark pennies contain die errors or variations that make them even more desirable to collectors. Double dies, off-center strikes, and weak strikes are just a few examples. If you happen to have a 1973 penny with one of these rare anomalies, especially in pristine condition, you might be sitting on a small fortune. The record-breaking sale. Let's talk about the record-breaking sale that shocked the coin collecting community. A 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny graded MS67RD sold for an astonishing $98,455 at a major coin auction. What made this coin so special was its exceptional strike quality, its untouched luster, and the rarity of finding a coin from this year in such condition. Bidding started in the low thousands, but collectors quickly realized the coin's importance and the price skyrocketed. This sale proved that even modern-era coins can command premium prices if they are in the top tier of condition and rarity. How to check if you have ONE? Now you're probably wondering, how can I check if I have one of these valuable 1973 no mint mark pennies? Here's what you need to do. First, look at the date. Make sure it says 1973 and that there's no mint mark under the year. That means it came from the Philadelphia Mint. Next, check the condition. If your coin is bright red with no signs of wear, that's a great sign. You might be looking at a mint state coin. Then, use a magnifying glass to check for any possible errors or doubling in the lettering or Lincoln's profile. Coins with doubling or unusual features can be worth significantly more. Finally, if you believe your coin is in top condition, consider sending it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll examine it and give it an official grade, which is essential for determining true market value. Current market value in DM&D. So, what is the current market value of a 1973 no mint mark penny in today's coin market? While circulated versions are generally worth just face value, those in uncirculated mint state condition, especially MS65 and above, can fetch anywhere from $50 to $500 or more. But coins in MS67RD, like the one that sold for $98,455, are considered the elite of the elite. Demand for these high-grade 1973 pennies is increasing because collectors are always searching for the best examples to complete their Lincoln cent collections. As more people become interested in rare coins, prices for top-condition specimens continue to rise. So there you have it. The incredible story of the 1973 no mint mark 1 cent penny that sold for nearly $100,000. A coin that was once just pocket change is now a valuable collector's item worth a small fortune. If you have a coin collection or a jar of old pennies at home, now is the time to start looking through them. That humble little coin could be your ticket to thousands, maybe even tens of thousands, of dollars. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin discoveries, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. Let us know in the comments if you have any 1973 pennies or other no mint mark coins in your collection. We'd love to hear your stories and help you find out if you're holding a rare treasure. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep checking your change, and happy coin hunting! Welcome back, coin collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters. Today's video will take you deep into the incredible story of one of the most intriguing and unexpectedly valuable coins in American history, the 1980 no mint mark 1 cent penny. You heard that right. A simple 1 cent coin from 1980, without a mint mark, has made headlines and shaken the coin collecting world with its astonishing market value. This coin, once thought to be ordinary pocket change, has recently been sold for as much as $93,785. And we're going to tell you exactly why. Understand the story behind the 1980 no mint mark penny. We first have to go back in time and examine the context of coin production during that period. In 1980, the United States Mint was operating 3 major minting facilities that were producing coins for circulation. These included the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Each facility typically identified the coins it produced using a small letter called a mint mark. For example, coins from Denver carried a D mark, coins from San Francisco bore an S mark, and coins from Philadelphia traditionally had no mint mark for 1 cent coins prior to 1980. But here's where things get interesting. The year 1980 marked a turning point in the way the U.S. Mint handled mint marks. For decades, pennies from the Philadelphia Mint carried no mint mark at all, making it difficult to distinguish them from coins made elsewhere. But starting in 1980, the Mint began using a small P mint mark on certain denominations like nickels, dimes, and quarters produced in Philadelphia, though notably not on pennies. So for 1 cent coins, the absence of a mint mark still usually indicated Philadelphia. That said, not every 1980 penny without a mint mark is special. But there's a twist. One particular batch of 1980 Lincoln cents, minted without a mint mark and exhibiting a number of rare die errors, has gained massive attention due to its extreme rarity and unexpected value. These rare coins come with very specific characteristics. such as double-dyed verse, ultra-sharp details, and virtually flawless surfaces that only appear in the earliest coin strikes. Some of them have even been preserved in exceptional mint state conditions by collectors who recognize their rarity early on. Over time, these unique characteristics and the historical significance of the minting year have made certain 1980 no-mint mark pennies incredibly valuable. So why is this coin worth over $93,000? The answer lies in three key areas: rarity, demand, and condition. First, this coin is extremely rare. Only a very small number of these error-free 1980 no-mint mark pennies were struck under specific die conditions that make them desirable to elite collectors. Second, demand for rare Lincoln cents has surged in recent years as more collectors and investors realize the potential hidden in old pocket change. And finally, the condition of the coin matters more than most people think. Coins that are graded mint state 67 or higher by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC command the highest prices. The coin that fetched over $93,000 was in near-perfect condition and had impeccable luster, strike, and eye appeal. Let's break this down with a real-world market example. A 1980 no-mint mark 1 cent penny in average circulated condition might only be worth a few cents to a few dollars depending on the collector. However, a high-grade mint state version with no contact marks, full red coloration, and sharp strike can easily sell for thousands at auction. In the case of the most valuable 1980 penny, collectors went head-to-head in a competitive bidding war, eventually driving the price to over $93,000, a record-breaking figure for this coin. Now you might be wondering how to tell if you have a valuable 1980 no-mint mark penny hiding in your coin jar or old penny collection. Here are a few things to look for. First, examine the coin under magnification. Check for any signs of doubling, especially on the date and the letters in the word Liberty and in God We Trust. This could indicate a double-die variety, which is highly sought after. Next, assess the condition of the coin. A coin with full red coloration, no signs of wear, and sharp details on Lincoln's hair and the Lincoln Memorial is more likely to fetch a higher price. Finally, get your coin graded by a professional service. A certified high-grade coin is more trusted in the market and can be sold for significantly more. The story of the 1980 no-mint mark 1 cent penny is a perfect example of how overlooked coins can become major treasures. What was once spare change in a cash register or a child's piggy bank has now become a piece of numismatic history worth tens of thousands of dollars. And the best part is, you might already have one of these hidden gems without even knowing it. So before you cash in that jar of pennies or give away your old coin stash, take a closer look. That 1980 penny with no mint mark might just be your ticket to a small fortune. It is stories like these that make coin collecting such an exciting and rewarding hobby. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned numismatist, always be on the lookout for the rare, the retired, and the remarkable coins that continue to surprise us all. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful and exciting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth videos about the rarest and most valuable coins that could be sitting in your collection right now. Drop a comment below if you think you might have one of these rare 1980 no-mint mark pennies or if you've ever found a valuable coin in your change. Until next time, keep hunting, keep learning, and never underestimate the value of a single penny.